But that is a super farm, so they need to prolong the game as much as they can.
That's right. The game seems to be definitely Telana's focused a lot. A lot of the marks that we see today have been going for Telana's. Violet is only becoming secondary, except for that, of course, that awesome new skin that we have shown for these guys.
Yeah, actually the skin really is pretty. I can't
really
avoid that fact. Hayate and Omen, next two picks for the blue side right here.
I like it when the teams go for the Hayate pick, as well as the Omen, especially the Omen pick. I like it when a late game Omen really starts to dominate the whole game, right? That's something I'm really looking forward to as well, and hopefully we'll see a lot of that today.
Hopefully. Well, again, this is just the first game, so I'm pretty sure these two teams are hyped and they're just ready and about to give it all they've got.
Yeah, Emily is also one of those very unique heroes that you really want to pick, especially when you have an Omen. So Omen is just so good when it comes to having that 1v1 potential. Like 1v1, usually you can actually even deal 1v2 in most cases, and Emily is one of those heroes that can somehow deal with it to some degree.
Alright, so I guess she is a type of pick that would go well regardless if she's up against two people. So they have a nice sustain, and let's just see how the draft will phase out for these two teams.
Yeah, the draft definitely looking a lot solid here. I would say a lot solid for the team here on the left here.
Ignis apparently got banned out for the second mutation right here.
Yeah, Ignis is actually a pretty solid pick as well, especially if you want to counter at least an Omen, or you wanna go toe to toe with a Diao Chan burst, right? The crowd control from the Diao Chan definitely something that you want to avoid as well. That solid lockdown. If you get frozen in place, a lot of bad things can happen.
Yep, a lot will happen. Just one skill, and the next thing you know it, you're just on your death timer.
Yeah.
Mirad being banned right. Hover. Well, Ryoma could be a better ban, I guess. For
Ryoma is kind of. It's one of those heroes as well that can go toe to toe. One of those you can say people that can fight kind of fair against Omen, but again, a bit of a late game power. Pretty smart pickings here. On the left, by the way, is gonna be Hertz, and on the right is gonna be Luna.
So basically, the last two bans for the blue side is they're trying to eliminate, and actually they did eliminate whoever it is that can go up against or go toe to toe, like what you said with Omen.
Alright, so we're gonna have to wait and see if Omen is one of those picks that we'll have to watch out for. Because apparently Liliana, they're having a lot of crowd control in this composition. We have Aram for the lockdown with the ultimate. You also have basically Liliana can kind of slow him down a little bit.
And can chase as well if
yeah,
ever someone
chase for Amelie. The Amelie chase is awesome. But the thing is, if you keep a lot of your focus onto the Cricknat, on the Omen here, the Cricknat can do a lot of damage, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem later on. And the Lumber just to help things out. Again, the Cricknat and the Omen definitely a scary dive comp. You don't want to face against these guys early on.
Yeah, so you might want to avoid these two from the blue side, but Zeph is a possible last pick for the red side. Well, Lumber, just a good frontliner, or just Rock or Sponge that will be the one to absorb most of the damage from the red side.
Definitely gonna be one of those heroes that you want to throw you do not want to throw the Aram ultimate to. So he's gonna have a pretty decent job, because I feel like the Lumber is basically one of the only frontliners here for Hertz. So I like the idea for Hertz. They want to go for late game supremacy, and they also have a lot of crowd control. But the thing is that going to be effective here, considering early on, we have a lot of power for Luna.
Yes, we do. Well, let's just see how this will pan out, since the game hasn't technically started and they still have a lot of things to farm on, things to bank with, and a lot of win conditions.
Alright, so we're gonna have to wait and see here. On the blue side, it's gonna be Hertz, and of course on the red side it's gonna be Luna.
Luna.
Who do you think is gonna come out on top here, ladies and gentlemen? On the chat, let us know, and let us know why you support these guys, and who do you think had the better draft?
And for you, who do you think does have the better draft? Honestly, I think they're toe-to-toe, but it's more of the fact that will they be able to funnel? Will they be able to either evade a possible gank that the enemy does want to do?
Yeah, exactly. The ganks gonna be a bit of a question mark here. Of course, have to wait and see. Who can pull it off a lot, quicker, a lot cleaner. Usually that's how it all boils down to. Usually these girls here, they know what they're doing. They got the mechanics down. It's gonna be a question of whether the teamwork is solid here, or whether or not the Omen can go crazy here on the late game. Anyway, we're going into the game right now. It is going to be Hertz versus Luna. Best of one right now.
Best of one indeed, and this is gonna be a bloodbath. For the side of Luna, we have Tilianas and Senorita, Emily on Sereiko, Arum on Scary Sally's, and Liliana on Sarah, and last but not the least, Zephys on Yuno.
So for Hertz Senorita, it's Mark Huxley on the Cricknet, Serena on the Hayate, Zan. I don't know if I should exclude Morris. It's gonna be Zan on the Omen, Salin on the Diao Chan, and Miyu on the Lumber.
I think it's safe to just name the second in their IGNs. But anyway, again, this is best of one. So whoever will win this will advance onto the next part of this tournament. Do not forget to share the live stream, tag your friends, and this could honestly be a good opportunity for you to be able to explore and discover what AOV is, assuming that you haven't played the game yet.
So far, I feel like it's going to be a pretty solid and pretty safe laning here for Hertz, and I think that's what they want. They want this game to go on a lot longer.
Yes.
And they want this Omen to be stronger later on, and they want to capitalize on that. Their early late game power here is, of course, on the Cricknack, which for the meantime does take some time to get used to. That ultimate, the moment we get that ultimate, though, I think should be start to get interesting. He's already level 4 because of his jungle path right now.
Yep, a good path indeed. And well, for the rest side, they do have Telanas. Like, in late game, the speed and the damage is really immense. Like, she just needs a solid frontliner, and from there, she can just hit people from the backside.
Oh, it's gonna be a possible fight here on the bottom lane, but First Blood goes on top instead. It's a 2v1. It looks like that tower is not going to be there for long.
Not gonna last indeed. So again, First Blood going over to Luna. They are at the great side, but wait, Scary Sally actually got caught out here. They are trying to preserve her health, but apparently she gets taken down. It is not enough, and the rest of the green team does back away.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy Abyssal Dragon here. For Hertz early on, 2.5 minutes of the game, they already have a pretty huge advantage here. But of course, that will be just the buff. In terms of gold, they're pretty even. I would say actually a pretty massive advantage still for the side of Luna.
Well, solid rotation from the side of Senorita. I gotta give it to them because they ganked the bot lane. After they bagged the one kill, they did not try to force a second one, but they did rotate over to one objective, like what you said, which is the buff.
Yeah, the buff pretty solid as well. Right now, though, Drake on the top side, keeping this Omen at bay. That's exactly what you want to do. And of course, on the mid lane, Liliana and the rest of the squad here for Luna, keeping their jungle pretty much safe. So they don't also want to avoid the possibility of ganks here. And that's exactly what you want to be. However, I think Slumber, of course, trying to play with fire here. I know you're blazing and burning, but you don't want to do that right now.
I thought something was honestly gonna happen right there, but good, they just decided to disengage. With the bot lane though, still just a handful of blood taps, just trying to zone them out or trying to just clear out the waves and the objectives within the area.
Yeah, you really don't want to lose this Lumber as well, because when you lose that, the Cricknet might have a harder time surviving.
Well, I guess both teams are just trying to be conservative, and after the first 2 ganks or 2 fights, they didn't want to force another one too early on. Like, they're just gonna funnel, rotate, and try to map out the entire area.
Oh, speaking of area, that bottom lane area is starting to look like a really really scary war zone. Of course, that Hayate is still doing a lot of backline damage. They could go for the engage if they wanted to, but they're just going and playing safe, not risking anything. Mid lane, though, it's a bit different story.
Oh no, Senorita being boxed in here at the mid lane, but will she be able to get away? Other people actually decided to help her out, but she was able to get away. Our team member says, hello, this is the recruitment right here, but are they gonna disengage? Diao Chan is right here though, so they could re-engage anytime they want to.
Yeah, pretty close, and for the meantime though, that Diao Chan not gonna be able to be touched here by the rest of the squad. This Abyssal Dragon could be a pretty real objective, but man, Sky.
Oh no.
Man, where are you going, man? Where are you going? That's gonna be one lumber down inside of Hertz.
Yeah, he was alone there and had no one to help him on. I guess he just got spotted out here at the top lane though. Senorita yet again being boxed in under turret. Will she be able to escape? But apparently the answer is no. That is another kill going over to their team.
However, Abyssal Dragon will, of course, be taken by Luna here on the red side. Top lane also becoming a big battleground right now. The chase is on.
Huxley actually, oh no, you won't be able to get away. Gets stunned. That is a lot of damage straight to his face, and another one gets spotted out. Will Sarah still give it a go? Apparently, she will not because she is.
He's low, but
she
he wants
doesn't
to go
care.
for
There's
it.
not even anything underneath the turret, but she wanted to give it a go. But
Yeah.
still, it was a bit risky.
There's a lot of fancy footwear here coming in from the Hayate.
Alright.
Very interesting.
And again, this is the first game. Hope you guys are sharing the live stream out. Zando just gonna go back here at the top lane, but I guess there is quite a skirmish there at the lower part of our map.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to see if they can get the lumber in position. That Aram still has that ultimate. Of course, it's just a little bit scary to go for the engage on the lumber because you don't know where everyone else is right now on the map.
Well, they still need to get a better vision before they wanted to do anything funny. Actually, that goes for both teams because they both have solid lockdowns. One wrong mistake and will pretty much cost them maybe even a game or a lot of objectives.
Yeah, that lumber, definitely that bigger AoE ultimate, a lot scarier than what we have here for the Aram with a single target. And also, there are more people on the bottom lane. Do they recognize this? We'll have to wait and see.
I thought that something was gonna happen there. Scary Sally's does get spotted out at the brush area.
Oh, a little bit of a chase here. Want to go for the bottom lane, but looks like Senorita, another one on the top lane. Surprisingly, that Omen is not really lasting as much as I thought he would.
I actually like what they're doing because they are keeping Omen at bay because, like what you said, he is a huge threat for their team.
Pretty huge threat indeed, and that's what you want to do when you are inside Luna. You want to stop that Omen from snowballing. Not to mention, there's also a pretty scary Cricknack here that could be jumped in. Oh, that's a lot of bursts coming in from, of course, Luna.
But he was able to get away. That was too close. Just one second delay could have been the death of him.
Yep, that's right. So right now, objectives are still pretty much open, and this time, a lot more for Luna.
And of course, for Luna, they are gonna start out this objective right here. Non-contested, most probably because their enemies are quite far.
Yeah, pretty much, Abyssal Dragon will be going down right now.
Roughly 8 minutes in, and Talanas, we still haven't seen much of her in the game, which is right, because she gets to farm, she's protected, she's not being ganked just as much, but someone gets taken down on that side. That was a beautiful engage for the side of Luna, but apparently other two more people goes down from their team, and they're chasing that down. Will she be able to get away? Jump to right to the face, double kill, going over to Senoritas, but Diao Chan gets taken down as well. That was a 2 for 4 in favor of Luna.
Wow, only the Omen being left alive here. Pretty interestingly. I mean, he is the one that needs a lot of gold, but what's gonna happen when the rest of your team is very much down here in the game?
Yeah, it's pretty sad because I don't think he is even able to rotate or funnel in the manner that he used to, because like what we've been saying, they are keeping him at bay, making sure that he's not able to rotate or even get kills.
Yeah, this Omen really really needs a lot more space, and hopefully they can still give it to him, or else this game will be done really quickly. Top lane also becoming a pretty scary area here for Hertz, Senorita.
Hertz, Senior. I actually thought, how do these teams think of their teammates?
That is a very...
Right? I know, it's really creative, it's fun, I don't know, just goes to show how creative they are, but Sierra almost got caught out there. Luckily, he was able to get away. That was too close.
It really was. So, but meantime, late game, a lot better here for Luna. Everyone seems to be pretty comfortable. The levels also pretty even still, but a huge advantage for the Zephys here. So, it's gonna be picked up here first. We'll have to find out as Soriko, scary Sarlis, trying to get something done here on the map. This is a possibility for a pretty big fight here.
Possibly Mr. Rico was just checking out or mapping out the area, but here Miyu actually got caught out. That's a lot of damage right onto her face. That was a wrong skill cast, but regardless, she didn't die. But they did waste a resource right there.
Yeah, that's actually pretty big, and that's where you want to see when you're on the side of Hertz. You want to play this game out a lot slower. That's exactly the game plan here. Hopefully that can happen right now. And everything is going over to Luna.
Okay, speaking of that, Luna, when they were able to take down this Huxley, they boxed them right in. That was a smooth 2 kills going over to the side of Luna.
Yep, this Zephys really getting a lot of work done. The crowd control, the jump in, man, he gets all of them. Same time and sets the fight up perfectly for the red side. So right now, Hertz Senorita trying to stay inside the base, trying not to die here. On the bottom lane, a lot of members of Luna are trying to take down that tower.
Sustain will be the name of the game right here. And Arum just throwing a handful of skills right there. They don't even care because they know they have control for this game. And Tilanas hurts a lot. It's time. This is the time that our Tilanas will finally shine.
Definitely time here. A lot of damage, and they can't even reach it. They can't even walk out of the base. How do you make it out of this one? It's actually 4 to 10, almost 12 minutes in. Oh, that Omen. A lot of damage out. Of course, he will still survive with Hertz Miyu very close by.
I think Miyu tried to save her right there, but realized, wait, it's okay. He was able to get away, so let's just all go back to our base. I haven't seen a solid initiate from Diao Chan yet. Maybe it's because the pressure is just too much from the side of Luna.
Yeah, that's basically the Diao Chan trying to just get in a good position, which is a bit difficult, gotta be honest.
It is.
On the bottom lane though, the Hayate really not showing himself up right now. The dive in.
That was beautiful diving in. Huxley does get taken down, but this side, Senorita trying to dish out as much damage as they can. But the immense pressure and burst from the side of Luna is apparently enough for them to bag more kills. That is 2 kills onto their side.
And all the while, the Omen just going solo on the top lane. So again, they're trying to still go for the win condition of buying enough time for this Omen, but again, how much time can you actually buy when your members going down left and right? The Abyssal Dragon
gets
also going on the right side of the enemy team.
Man, Luna right here is snowballing and just getting so much advantage onto their side. Like, what could Senorita do at this point? I actually saw that Omen still trying to get the farm, the gold, the itemizations, but honestly, I think it's quite too late at this point of the game.
Yeah, it kind of is. At the same time, you don't want to give away too many deaths, because if you try to get more gold, you actually will slow down a lot. Oh my god, that's actually a really quick death again. Someone just slipped and tripped and they went down. Soriko, not long for this world, is a 4v5.
Oh, gets stunned, but apparently the follow-up is not right there. Scary Sally is trying to zone them out. Miyu! Oh no, that was a wrong move, but apparently she wasn't able to get stunned, so she just ran straight onto their base.
Yeah, Huxley on the back there as well, getting taken out relatively quickly by Sayra and Astrid Herrera. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
I think we do. Anyway, early game, Hertz Senorita did have a bit of the control, but man, Luna snowballing just rotations and just bagging kill after kill and making sure that their Talanas is untouched and protected. It works so well for them.
It really did. I like the protection as well that they're giving.
Mhm.
I mean, they did slip up. They let go once, but you know, after that, they came back strong, getting the Dark Slayer as well, which is pretty big, and just gives them so much more of an advantage in the battle.
Drake has been summoned, but members of Luna just applying pressure here at the top lane. Man, slowly but surely they are opening and creating a hole onto Hertz Senorita's base animation coming from Arum, but apparently it just wasn't enough here at the front line, and a handful of people does get knocked up, but look at the life bars of Hertz Senorita going down one by one. Luna, they don't care, they just went straight to their enemies. They were able to bag a handful of kills and straight bagging the first game of the day.
Just like that, 1-0 going over to Luna.
Man, what were your thoughts about? I mean, like what I said, there were a handful of moments that Hertz Senorita, they have it. They were doing their win conditions really well, but just somewhere along that game, Luna just stormed, snowballed, and even got a lot of their neutral objectives into their hands.
Yeah, that's like the biggest problem that they had. The biggest problem that they had was they just relied too much on the late game potential of the Hayate and the Omen. You know what? They're really strong. They can go 3v1. These heroes can do the trick, but they do require a lot of time to get set up, to get prepared, and it just is become very, very difficult to survive the early game into mid game when two of your heroes just want to make the game go on longer.
And yeah, well, I'm going to say this again. Diao-chan, we talked that once she gets the proper placement or just lands her skill at the proper time, it will be the perfect setup for her Senorita, but I just didn't see that moment anytime. I mean, Diao-chan did try a handful of times, but man, just no proper timing, no perfect moment, and apparently just Luna stormed toward their base.
Yeah, the big problem here, of course, is going to be whether or not that Hertz Senorita can come up with some new stuff here, because if they do that again, it's going to be pretty much red already.
Yeah.
By Luna. They seem to be very used to dealing with the what do they call this? You know, the
Omen?
Omen, yeah, exactly.
And yeah, like what we've been saying, Omen we haven't seen Omen going online. Talana's 10-11 minutes in. We saw one or a handful of arrows is enough to inflict so much burst and so much damage to the point that Hertz Senorita was forced to just back away, but I guess, like what you said, they just banked a bit too much on Hayate and Omen. Tough luck for them, but I don't think this is the end. They can still give it a go. We still have game 2. And again, guys, this is FSL AOV. So support your favorite teams and get to discover our amazing girl gamers right here as well.
Amazing talents, as you can see. A lot of these girls, they know what they're doing. They are not just there for show. They know they can keep up with all of the biggest names in esports, and this, of course, is one of the best avenues to do it.
Yes, indeed. So again, just sit back, relax, and wait for the next game to be up. Me, again, are your casters, Yuko, and alongside me is Robert. So, you know what are your afterthoughts of that game? Give it and chat it in the comments. Like, what could Hertz Senorita do? What did Luna do? Because they were able to bag game 1.
Yeah, I feel like that might be a big problem here, especially considering that we don't really, we don't know yet what else that Luna has to offer. I think that's the biggest and scariest thought about this, is that, who do you actually bet against for this game, next game?
Alright, so well, I guess both of them still have a lot of surprises and magic tricks up their sleeves, right?
Yeah, absolutely, that is correct.
Well, do you have any compositions, combos, or things that you're watching out, like unorthodox picks maybe?
You know what? I think a lot of unorthodox picks that we need to think about is that we also have to look at the meta of other countries. I feel like we should not stick with what we have on the region. I want to know if whether or not these teams actually had picks that they can import from other servers, right? I think that's what I'm really waiting for.
And well, speaking of the different metas in different countries, it'll be so cool if like a different country does adapt a meta in a different country, and from there they will, I don't know, try to mix things up and see whatever and whichever will work for them. And maybe, just maybe, because of that surprise or unexpected twist, they could bring home the bacon.
Yeah, it's something that we definitely want to see, and we're looking forward to that as well. So right now, I think we're about to get started back on the lobby, guys. Again, let us know who you think is going to come out on top here. So far, it's a 1-0
in favor of Luna. Of course, this is not the end for Hertz Senorita yet. They still have one more game. This is match point.
Yeah, match point right now for Luna. So we have to wait and see if that's going to be something we want to
see,
yeah.
want to experience, right? So I guess Luna's draft was just really, really powerful right there, and I'm just curious and just excited to see, are they gonna funnel more? Are they gonna go with more ganks? Because honestly, my thoughts on game 1 were they just balanced everything out. Like, yeah, they were able to steal a handful of things, they were able to storm, and they were just able to just go all out and not even give Hertz Senorita any breathing time. Picks though, like excluding the points, the levels, itemizations, they were quite fair. It's just a matter of what's gonna happen in game, like what will happen in the next few series as well. So if you guys are waiting for any specific series or any specific teams, just stay here and wait for them to be there, or wait for their game to actually start. I know I've been reading the comments, you guys are looking and excited to see a handful of teams and matches.
Yeah, the matches are actually pretty intense. I feel like there was just very few things that we need to come up with that went wrong there for Hertz. I feel like Hertz could have actually gotten that if that game went to like 15 to 20 minutes with that draft. Just a little bit longer,
Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, even if they were able to prolong the game, Luna, they made sure that they banked in the early game. Like Omen and Hayari wasn't just able to go online. They were denying them and taking them down as much as they can into 3 or 6 minutes into that game. So right, again, we will keep on saying this. Do not forget to share the live stream, guys. Tag your friends, and if you guys are curious on what game this is AOV Arena Valor. If you guys are interested, do download the game and try it out for yourself.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. We've all been actually been old time AOV players. I'll be honest, I haven't played it a lot recently after the server migration, but I did check it out and I did play out a few games on the newer server, the Indonesian server. Of course, you guys are aware, Indonesia and Philippines, we've been experiencing a lot of network issues as well because of a lot of floods. We heard everyone watching from Indonesia, I hope you guys are also safe. Philippine players as well. I hope you're all dry and nice and warm there in your areas.
And we hope that, of course, let's face it, we all hope that internet connection is fine, since it is a huge factor for the game.
Right now, we're just waiting for all of our players to get ready. We should get loaded into the lobby soon. Again, please let us know who you think is gonna come out on top here and why. Something we want to see as well. So, I think I heard the signal. We are about to go into the game right now for game 2. Of course, it's Hertz Senorita on the red side this time, with Luna on the blue side.
Again, we are gonna jump into the game right now.
Right now, it's a bit of a better composition. I feel like I want to just scale down the late game for Hertz Senorita by just one hero. I hope that's gonna be possible. because relying on two late game heroes is actually not very smart. I would say it gives him a big disadvantage when it comes to keeping the game alive in the first 10 minutes, and so hopefully we'll be able to, they'll be able to manage to change that a little bit later on.
Well, here we go. This is the first ban rotations for both teams. Again, we switch sides. Luna will be on the blue side, and Hertz Senorita now at the red side.
That's right. So we have right now here is Talanas as a first pick. Not surprised at all by that, of course. Luna seems to be super duper confident when it comes to using that hero. They know how to keep it alive, and hopefully they can keep doing that.
Linda's being hovered right here along with Ignis. Well, honestly, I think these two will work. So let's just see if they're just gonna lock that in, and they did. Let's see who will be the second rotation picks for the side of Luna. Again, Luna is up on one game to those who just entered the live stream. Going back to that Talana's first pick, you're right. Why fix what's not broken, right? Talana's was really good in game 1. She was untouched. She was just funneling and just getting all the itemizations that she needs. And the moment she stepped out of her farming zone, man, she was a huge threat to Hertz Senorita.
It really was. And again, that Talana's, as long as you can't touch him, you can expect a lot of damage in return. Luna looks like they don't want to deviate from what worked for them earlier, and I think I gotta appreciate that. And Liana and R are pretty much the same, looking a lot more solid here. And they did show that they do know how to play with these heroes.
Yes, that is true. I'm not sure like what you said, they shouldn't bank onto picks 4 the late game, since just the 3 of them will struggle and just force out rotations and try to take down the enemies in the early game. But Maldem being next rotation pick here for the side of Hertz Senorita. Let's see who will Team Luna ban out now. There's a lot of that comes into mind. I mean, maybe they're gonna ban a handful of picks that will not work out for the competition, like what Hertz Senorita did in game 1. Argentino being banned out here. Let's see who will the other team ban out now.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, so the bans, I would say, try to ban out something that worked earlier. I would remove the Amelie, but of course there's actually no, what do you call this? There's no Omen to deal with, no Omen to try to focus fire on. Of course, Richter is still pretty solid. I don't think that's going to be seen any place soon. Removing the Omen would be pretty smart this time around. Don't want to be given the taste of your own medicine.
Yep, and if ever they do leave Omen open, that could be quite dangerous, since Luna was able. Honestly, I think they were the team that was able to prolong the game in game 1. Like, they just had the advantage right there. Elsu being in the next ban right here. The range, the damage. Elsu is a late game, but there are instances that Elsu goes online in the mid game, which is scary.
Yeah, the snipes early on in the mid lane, especially when Elsu goes mid. That's actually a very difficult lane to invade, especially when he gets those mines planted already for vision, as well as to get the snipes done. I think a very good Elsu player really changes the tide of the battlefield a lot. They don't want to deal with that anytime soon. That gives the Liliana a lot more of a safer time.
Breathing time even. Aerie being hovered right here, and they did lock that in as well. So let's see who will be the last 2 picks for Luna. I mean, first 3 picks are basically their lineup in game 1. Let's see if they're gonna stick with what works. We don't see any Diao Chan in the lineup of Hertz Senorita right now. A hover on Ryoma. Actually, yeah, Ryoma is a pretty powerful pick, but they switched over to Arduin and hover on Xanix as well. Let's see if they are gonna lock these in. Man, Luna is on a roll right here.
Yeah, Luna I feel like they got a lot of the heroes that they want to get.
Mhm.
So it's very interesting to see that they're still pretty much. I feel like this is a lot similar to what they also had in the first game, where they just want some solid front lines to help out with Talanas to make sure that they can fight in the early into the mid game. And it's very impressive, and I don't know, that's actually a pretty bad sign in my eyes, because that would mean that Hertz knows what to expect, right, in this coming game.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is true. But what Hertz could do though is not just pick the composition that counters Luna, but they should go with what's comfortable to them as well. And they will try to deny farm funneling and maybe go with a bit of a ranged composition to be still in the safe place, safe area. That at the same time they will be able to escape if ever Luna just does try to do a surprise gank on them. However, on Ryoma.
Okay, so the Ryoma is pretty solid pick. This is one of those heroes that we're talking about. Pretty strong in the early to mid, as well as doesn't really fall off in the late game. Could deal with the Ignis, I could deal with the Xanis and the Arduin pick. I mean, the Arduin is a pretty solid pick to, just get attention. He doesn't do an excessive amount of damage, but he does get a lot of attention from the enemy team.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that will be enough if they do want a distraction or to try and have someone.
Could deal with the Ignis, I could deal with the Xanis and the Arduin pick. I mean, the Arduin is a pretty solid pick to, just get attention. He doesn't do an excessive amount of damage, but he does get a lot of attention from the enemy team.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that will be enough if they do want a distraction or to try and have someone to be the center of attraction while they either try to do a suppress gank or this is a best of 3 match. So will we see a 2-0 for our first series or will we see a 2-1? The possibilities are endless. Share the live stream, support the teams that you want, and I'm sure you guys will be in it for a good time.
Yes, should be a good time indeed. So for the meantime, I feel like we just want to see more firepower here coming from the side of Hertz. You want to not give away the mid game too much. I think that's the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing that you have to deal with, or because again, relying on the late game, you cannot do that, especially in this one. Although the Lindis is pretty strong in the mid once he gets those critical strikes in. The bottom is great to stop the setup as well from the Aram and from the Xanis. Could also deal with the Arduin here, but it's gonna be up to whether or not the mid game will go to the side of Luna. So big question marks right there.
Big question marks. And again, for the side of Luna, we have Zanis on on Zanis, Sarah on Arum, Saraiko on Arduin, Scary Salis now on Liliana, and Astrid on Tel Anis.
Yep, and of course on the side of Hertz Senorita, of course it's gonna be Serena on the Ryoma, Saiyan on the Ignis, Zan on the Irie, Miyu on the Baldum, and Huxley on the Lindis.
You mentioned something about the fact that Hertz Senorita shouldn't give out kills or anything, even advantages to Luna on the mid game, which is funny because for me, Luna's lineup mid game, that is where it shines.
Exactly, the mid game is where we want to see a lot of these battles as well, because I feel like a lot of these heroes are mid lane, mid game centric heroes, right? So if you try to focus too much on the mid game, it's gonna be a lot stronger as well, especially for the Lindis and the Irie. The Irie, it's a little weaker on the late game compared to me, because I feel like he relies a lot on his ultimate to stun people, and if it doesn't work out, if that misses, it gives the enemy a bad time. It gives the enemy an easier time.
But I think they picked out Irie just because they have a frontliner or someone to bank on in the early game, just so by the first half of the mid game or the later half of the early game, they will be able to farm, funnel, rotate, and maybe get 1, 2, 3 kills in. So it's a more balanced composition compared to what Hertz Senorita had in game 1.
Yes, Hertz Senorita, of course, they will need a lot more of early game power. I feel like this Lindis is just so strong. It can deal with the Liliana, the Aram properly. Aram usually very difficult to deal with. If you have a strong Lindis though in the early to mid, you can deal with it a lot better. And the rotations seem to be a lot stronger as well for Hertz this time around. They're really sticking together in this one.
And I guess sticking together is what will work for them, but the thing is, they are leaving a handful of lanes open. So that leaves Luna more chances to try and maybe take down turrets, or since they can visibly see lanes that are open, they could try and guess where they are, and maybe they can just counter gank or surprise them by an attack.
Yeah, and the surprise attacks. What I want to see here is whether or not the surprise attacks are gonna work. Since it's a Baldum, he's really big, and when he goes into the field, you usually can hear him very easily. So I don't know, I'm just kidding. Obviously, the mid game is all that we're looking for here. Early game, I feel like this is just gonna be dead even all throughout, unless the Arum can make a pretty big play, or this Arduin can get into the battle real quickly without suffering too much damage.
Man, a lot of win conditions.
A lot of win conditions for both teams, actually. That's interesting.
And here you go, Sereiko going over at the top lane. Did spot out Zan, but did not start anything. Maybe they're just trying to zone her out. And the rotations right here. We're going all around, maybe making sure that, wait, is she leaving the lane? I'm just gonna stay here to make sure. But something might happen at the mid lane though. Hoxie does get away throughout a handful of skills, but apparently they're just tapping over to Aram right here. But Aram does manage to give it. That was 3 people. Make it 4 now at the area. But I guess Hertz Senorita just doesn't want to play anything risky.
Yeah, no fear at all here for the side of Hertz Senorita. Obviously, they really want to get a lot of things done in the early game. They want to elevate that gold lead against Luna, because Luna right now, they also have some strong late game, but they have a strong late game potential. It's really difficult to match up, and that's why they got the Lindis as well.
And well, speaking of gold, they are pretty even, Steven. I mean, there is a slight advantage, but it can easily be disregarded. So doing a lot more better than what they did at game 1. But here you go, 1v1 Sereiko versus Zan. Will it be enough? Zan trying to get away, stunned Seiko, and was able to get away. But Abyssal Dragon being taken down by the red team right here. Are they gonna go with the fight? I think they will. Sarah really low on health here, down to the last bar of her health. Just gonna recall back to the base. Sereiko still just taking her time at the top lane, clearing out the waves.
Yep, clearing out. That's actually the power of the Arduin and Ardus as well. So you want to keep it a little slowly. You don't want to give away too much, but you also want to control whoever is going for the solo lane. The solo lane, very important as well for the side of Hertz, considering that's an Irie. And you don't want to give Irie too many items, because he does scale pretty well as well.
Pretty well and pretty fast. Like 1, 2, 3 minutes and you're gonna be surprised. Like, wait, why is the burst damage this immense? So I guess it's also a fight of whoever gets to their pick's comfort zone. Like 2 core items, or maybe even 3 if they can funnel enough. So a lot of things to consider right here. But Sarah in the middle of everything. Another member actually came, but it is just too late. That is 2 kills going over to the side of Hertz Senorita. Double kill.
Man, they're really getting everything that they want. You know well. Pretty much in a bad position. However, here's the cavalry. They have arrived. Bottom slowing them down. Oh my god, Liliana disappeared without a trace even. Oh my gosh, they're telling us this Baldum pick really doing a lot for Hertz right now.
It is working well for them. 1 versus 6 kills, and advantage is on Hertz Senorita. They're making sure that they will not hand over the advantage and kills to Luna this time around. Blue team towers being taken down as well.
Alright, so far so good here for Hertz. They got what they wanted. They are scaling pretty hard. They got a huge gold advantage as well. 1-6 on the kill score for the red side.
But for the gold advantage, it's just roughly 3K. So I guess Luna is not falling off that bad yet. They can still control their resources and their timing. So let's just wait. What will happen after a handful of minutes? I mean, they still have a lot of objectives to consider and a lot of team fights that they can either initiate or just run away from.
Yeah, and the initiation gonna be a pretty crucial thing here, especially when they get started onto Mr. Dragon. Check out this Baldum, can he pull it off? Oh, he gets stopped by the arrow before he can pull off the trapping here, and that's gonna mean that Luna gonna be getting the advantage in that fight. Oh my god, that was pretty big.
They tipped the scales pretty intense right there, but they didn't even, you know what, they don't even care about the kills. They just want to go straight to the objectives and make sure that they're not gonna overextend or overstay their welcome. They want to end this series with a 2-0.
Yeah, that's also one trick that you can do when you have an enemy Baldum. Throw that Arum in there, stop him from casting his skills before he can get in a good position, so that, you know, if you can successfully do that, you can basically just nullify the Baldum pick altogether. So this has to keep out for Seira on the Arum and not let that happen again.
Another blue defense tower has been taken down. Seira being spot out right here, but able to run away. Man, now Hertz have the map control and they are directing the tempo of the game. She are being caught right here. 4 people actually chasing her down, and she does down. I mean, 4 people, right? How are you gonna survive that?
Yeah, Seira definitely in the wrong place at the wrong time right there. Definitely not something that you want to see here, especially for a team that's pretty much behind by a big amount right now. And don't forget that Lindis is also just very strong, not really dying that much and getting a lot of kills done.
Well, these are the itemizations, by the way, if you guys are interested and curious to what these girls are building. Here you go. And again, man, Hertz and Senorita, they do have the push advantage, and like what I said, they're the ones dictating a tempo, but Luna, they are holding out pretty well. I mean, yes, they get 1 or 2 kills, able to recuperate and just get the loss that they had. But here's Zan in the front line. They don't care. They actually want to just steal that buff. Someone gets caught out as well, but she was able to get away by just the skin of her teeth.
Seira is still alive here, and of course, it's still going to be Hertz Senorita on the offensive. Mid and top is going to be a big pressure point. Right now, Yuno and Soreko is looking for a good timing to go in.
Man, 3-4 people going at the Abyssal Dragon area. I mean, they can steal it, but the damage output is just too much. They were able to burst down that Abyssal Dragon by the blink of an eye.
Very impressive indeed. And so far, so good. This game is definitely going on the side of Hertz Senorita. Of course, we still have to be careful. We gotta be careful where they step. If they get caught out by a Liliana, if they get caught out by an Arum, it's gonna be very scary, and that could lead to 4v5. We all know 4v5s, the numbers usually speak for themselves.
Yes, it doesn't always work unless, you know, miracle or something good really happens.
So right now it's gonna be a fight over Dark Slayer pit. Soreko trying to get in a good position to see if he can get that Ignis. That Ignis is actually doing a pretty significant amount of damage in the team fights, although they don't notice it that much. So much focus going onto the Baldum instead. It's actually giving them such a difficult time.
Mars Zan actually tried to split push at the bot lane earlier, but gets spotted out, so he was forced to back away. Yuno says hello, but these are 3 will being knocked out. The stuns for Daisy. Look at the
back line!
At the back line!
Oh,
guys, you
boy.
need to catch this Talanas, but that worked pretty well for the side of Hertz Senorita. Regardless, they were able to bag 1 kill, and Zan split pushing at the bot lane.
Irie on the bottom lane.
But wait, Yuno says hi. 1v1, make that 2v1, make out 3v1, and Zan was able to get away from the 3 with a Talanas.
That's right, non-stop pressure here from the red side. Hertz Senorita getting the goal lead up to 8,000 right now, and a lot of map control on their side. That split push attempt by that Irie here, really scared off. I'm pretty sure that put a big question mark on the plans of Luna.
Man, you were right. Aerie worked wonders for Hertz Senorita's draft this time around.
Yeah, the Aerie definitely giving them the runaround. You have to chase it down, or else he does take down towers very quickly. Arum is here, trying to catch him off guard. Ultimate is present, but don't want to commit it just yet. Trying to wait for the perfect timing here for Luna.
Not yet. They don't want to commit onto something that they aren't sure will be worth it, but Dark Slayer has been taken down by the red side.
The red
Over
side.
to the mid lane. Drake has been summoned. Drake already right there. It's there, just charging towards their enemy's base.
I don't think that's gonna be.
It won't last.
I don't think it's gonna last long. I feel like Luna still has a lot of firepower, and that Hertz Senorita, they have to really what do you call this? Respect this, right?
So I guess yes, objectives are a huge factor, but the decider is whether or not will a certain team win the next two, I think 1 or 2 clashes.
Oh, well, all this is happening. Top lane also being pressured by 2 members of Hertz Senorita. That tower went down really quickly, boosting that goal lead and keeping it steady at 7,000.
Smooth, and now Luna is the ones that are being locked onto their own side of the map. And how fast things change, right?
Yeah, how quickly. Indeed. So right now it's going to be a bit of a push on the Abyssal Dragon Pit. Surprise at all, they are not scared to do that. They know that the damage output from the Luna are still pretty strong with the Talanas, but he's far away. They know where he is on the map. They made full advantage of that fact.
Oh no, the Sierra
Oh, boy!
got caught out, but she was able to get away. But wait, they're not giving enough. They were able to bag 1 kill from the side of her Senorita, and now Luna going all in. They're able to knock out 2 enemies, and that is a double kill.
Oh my
Going
god,
over
this
to
is so quick!
Under threat, they don't care. They are still gonna go bagging another kill yet again, but health bars on the side of the green team is going down as well. They forgot they're under threat, and of course, they forgot to respect the damage output from Hertz Senorita, but that is the only thing that Luna needed. 1 small mistake, 1 enemy that they can cut out, and 4 kills going over to their side. Death timers are quite
Oh
high.
my god, that
and
is a
they're
huge
just
turnaround!
going to
Oh, man!
the base!
What?
Luna bagging
What
the
happened?
first series with a 2-0.
What the heck happened here? What a beautiful turnaround play by Luna. It really did mess up the plans of Hertz Senorita there. Whoa, 1 minute was all it took.
Yeah,
It
just
turned
a
that whole
mistake.
game on its toes.
Just 1 mistake, and they just caught out 1 enemy, and from there, they just bagged 1 game. We said, look at how fast things change, but look at how fast Luna was able to secure a game.
Wow. Oh man, I can't do this. This is too much. You know what? I thought that was a 1-1 for sure.
Same.
But it got really got turned around really quickly, and I don't know how else to say that. That was just basically a small mistake being taken advantage of here by Luna. And that was all it took.
This is one of those moments where you can say patience is a virtue. Like, they waited it out. They made sure that if ever 1 or 2 members are down, usually 1 member is just down, they won't go far away from each other. They won't try and get a revenge kill ASAP. They just played it out really well. They just went cool, and man, because of that, it was worth it. They finished our first series with a 2-0.
That was so impressive. I gotta say, I don't know. That's a classic turnaround play, and that also is the reason why you cannot really, what do you call this? You cannot take anything for granted at this point. So, wow. Very quickly, and that's an impressive gameplay here from Luna.
Yeah.
So I want to see more of this. This is exactly what we want to see. That felt like I felt that should not have happened. That's basically it. Should not have happened. But either way, of course, that will be it for that game. A very quick 2-0 for the side of Luna.
Yep, Hertz Senorita, they were just a handful of minutes away, but man, Luna did not let it come out easy. GGWP for these two teams, so they were really neck on neck with each other.
Yeah, I would never would have called that, and I really felt like we should have banned the game free. I feel bad because I feel like I really want to see
A game there.
game free as well. So for the meantime, and that will be it for that. Of course, we have more in store for you guys, so I hope you guys don't go away. I feel like we have to check out who's next on the bracket here. Right, let's have a look and see here. DG Ladies versus Hertz. Ooh, I don't know if am I actually saying that right? Hertz.
Ooh.
Ooh. And I feel like
it's an emoji, but
Yeah.
ooh is okay. Come on, it sounds cute, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just maybe I'm not really the best guy to ask when it comes to cutesy stuff, but
It's okay. You can
Yeah.
you can just pull it off.
I'll just pull it up. Anyway, yeah, congratulations again. Let's have a look at the sorry about that. There you go. Let's show our grill here. Yeah, let's have a look at what we have here onto the bracket for the meantime. Very impressive Hertz Senorita. We'll have to update our brackets once we get info about AVC and Team Rita Khaleesi. So that will be updated later on. And
Khaleesi.
hopefully you guys will still have time to check that out as well.
Yep. So for this is just the first
Oh, wait,
series, and
hold
look
on.
at how intense things are, right?
Hold on, blue side was Hertz, right?
Wait
Wait a second.
Wait! No.
I have to check that
Hertz
out.
was blue side in game 1. Luna was the red side in game 1.
Oh, okay, so
They
it was-
switched, so Luna...
That's a 2-0, right?
Yeah.
I got that right, am I right?
Luna was
I just
the
want
one
to double check.
on the blue side in game 2. Hertz was the red team on game 2.
Yes, exactly.
Alright.
I have to double check that.
Alright.
Hold on.
Memory's pretty
reviewing.
good.
It's
I
red.
still
Red
got
side
it.
is Hertz. We're
Told
good.
you.
We're good.
All good. Just panic for a bit, but
I panicked. I
It
just want to
happens.
double check, right? So anyway, I think we have to check out what I'm gonna ask and see if we can get some info about our friends in the Bahasa stream. Of course, we do have a Bahasa stream as well.
And do check that out. It's also live in this page. But of course, if you are watching this live stream, do not forget to like this page as well. We still have a lot of teams and games, both PC and for mobile, in store for all the viewers right now.
Yeah, of course, for the meantime, it will be us going for a really quick break while we get that info. Hope you guys are still excited for, of course, the FSL Circuit Arena of Valor for this day. It's going to be day 1, August 6th. And stand by, I'm Rockhart.
And I'm Migo.
See you guys in a few months.